This project came to me when I was looking out over the abyss into the mine yard. And all I knew is something happened here that was really big. And it affected a lot of lives in a profound way. And that is worth telling a story about.
Naturally, I wanted to be a miner because I'm from Butte, and it's the richest hill on earth.
There was a time then when Butte produced more copper than any place on earth.
Every time you stepped on that cage and you went down the mine, you never knew if you were going to see daylight again.
Every night I said prayers that I would be killed rather than maimed.
Every bit of copper ore, there's a little blood on the ore.
We're telling a story of considerable historical breadth, but at the same time, we didn't want to create something dusty and at one remove from reality. We wanted to make it as vivid and dramatic and emotionally accessible as possible. One of the first criterion was to find living links, people who wouldn't just comment on the story second or third hand. We want to get as close to actual lived experience as possible. Al, how did you first learn about the fire?
The fire started just before midnight, and that went through the mine so fast the poor guys didn't have a chance. 168 bodies were found.
For this particular film, I decided that we would pick several scenes that we were very scarce on archival materials and images for. Action. These scenes come as flashbacks, and so I wanted it to be like a memory, and it makes the viewer look a little bit harder and get pulled in a little bit more. This story deserves film. When the light comes up, it's going to be perfect. There's more depth, there's more resolution, and the beauty of Butte is looking around at all these mining artifacts that still exist. And when you see what's gone on here for 120 years and the intense sort of dynamo of mining, and now these are the remnants, and it's almost like a battlefield.
We use any means available to find characters.
Where do you want us to stack this?
We have very practical concerns here because many of the most interesting people are old and at risk for passing away before we could get to them. In fact, that has happened.
How's that?
That's okay.
These are our elders, and I've been taught that you don't interrupt your elders and you respect your elders. Can I try to adjust your hat, John? Yeah. It's a delicate process because you're forced with film to keep interrupting people and cutting them off.
But I used to cook it.
Okay, I don't want that.
Oh, you don't want that. Okay, all right.
Sorry, Al, I'm going to stop you here because we ran out of film. Okay.
I'm getting to where I know what to do.
I know.
Time out.
There's always one or two questions that you want for emotional impact, and sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. When you saw those head frames coming down, what went through your mind?
One of the men here said, well, we're going to tear the head frames down. I said, you might tear the first one down, but you'll hang off the second one. Scrap steel is worth $75 a ton. What's your heritage worth?
One of the things about being a documentarian is I think you have an inherent appreciation for the past. Knowing one's past also helps us know who we are. What's going to happen, John, when you guys are gone? And let's get this on camera.
If you don't put it down, nobody's going to remember it.
There's very few of us left. We have to tell it to pass it on.
We all love to talk about our past, my age, because I don't have much future left. But all the young people want to talk about their future because they have no past.
Okay, 4,400, get on board. On her back, she's broke to ride.
We owe a lot to people like the miners in Butte. And so in the end, I hope that people walk away feeling some of what I felt when I was standing up there, that this has been a tremendous sacrifice.